More things here and we'll get started, everyone. All right, get the webcam going. Good. All right, thank you everybody for being here. My name is Fausto from Cyber Trading, and good to see you. Oh, we got some students here also. A lot of new faces. Welcome. Hopefully everybody is excited as much as I am. I mean, listen, it's been a really, really fun couple of weeks with the election going on and so many different stocks that are moving. We'll talk a little bit about it. But the big thing we need to cover is this. You need to understand, is there going to be a false breakout? Is these things going to continue to go higher? Is it time to take profits and losses? These are the things that we need to talk about. I'm going to teach you here and how do we do them. Now, could everyone just give me a chat back and let me know, hey, Lynn, Randy, good to see you all. How you doing, everybody? Just give me a chat back if you're a student or you are new to Cyber Trading University. Just write new. And you can write just S for student, N for new, S for student. Just want to know, see who is in here. Okay. All right, good. New. By the way, everyone, if you're chatting back where it says two, just click on a little drop down menu. Make sure it's to everybody so everybody can see everyone's questions and answers. All right, good. So it looks like we got a couple of new people here. Great. All right, so before we get started, quick little just disclaimer, just to let you know, I'm not making any guarantees or promises. It works for everyone. Basically, it varies student to student, but there is a very high risk to trading, which you probably already know. So just please be very wise and smart before you go out there and invest in trading. Now, these are things that we're going to cover. We're going to talk about. The main thing that we teach at Cyber Trading University is more of following the big money. And I know some students here love coming back and love hearing over and over again. And the more you hear it, the more it actually, sinks in. But we're going to teach you what's called the right of the chart, where most of you are reading the left of the chart. The left is the past, the right is the future. We're going to show you the best times to trade. We're going to show you how to actually use this towards swing trading, towards options trading, and because it all starts at day trading. But overall, the big thing is this. We need to stop selling our winners sooner and stop holding our losers longer, because that has been a big problem, because it's not about the winners that make you very successful. It's the losers. And it's all about those breakouts that you got to worry about. Now, what we're going to do at the end of the presentation, every single one of you here, I'm going to invite you and watch and meet all our students that are here now in our professional trading room. It's been around for over 30 years. So we do practice what we preach. You're all going to be able to talk to some staff here at CTU. You're going to be so overwhelmed of the customer service that we have, and why we've been ranked #1 school in the industry and 5-star rating and yada. But we need to prove it to you. But before I waste your time and my staff's time, let's see what's going to happen and see if this is for you. And I can almost guarantee it probably is. But let me prove it to you first of all. So let's go right to the market and talk about some stocks that are moving. All right. So here, let me bring up the execution system right here. All right. So regarding about the market, there are a couple of stocks that are moving. And you could see here, what we're going to learn is we're going to teach you how to find stocks that are moving in the market. Like, for example, this stock just took off just now. It got halted. How do I know? Because the screen is blank and the time in sales on the left is green as it moved. But you could see our stock went from $1.25 to about $2 like that. Okay. But there are so many stocks that are moving. This stock is up 56%, 11 million shares. This stock's up 47%. I mean, there are a lot of stocks that are moving in the market. The thing is, what drove this stock, QUBT, from yesterday, from having a big run starting here at $1.50? How did it get to 3 and how did it end up going to 4? Why does it keep breaking out? Why does it go higher? Well, listen, NVIDIA. What made NVIDIA not move today? It went up a little bit, but it didn't go up a lot. What's preventing it from going higher? Okay. We're going to talk about that. Why is Apple having a problem? Let me just bring something here. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah. So we'll look at Apple. We'll talk about iceberg orders. We'll talk about all these big things right here. what makes them having problems breaking through highs and breaking through lows. So we saw what happened with the S&P 500, almost at 7,000, because that's where it looks like it's going, right? And we saw about earnings, how they have been having blowout earnings that are going on. And they're not only just a fabulous 7, but there's just so many stocks that just constantly did really, really well. Amazon finally broke 200. Tesla, literally, teaming up with Trump and being part of his, part of his team over here. You could see how that thing went from 220 to almost 260 in a matter of a couple of days. PLTR, same thing. There are a lot of stocks that are moving, but the issue that everybody has is they don't know is it going to continue to go higher? Okay, I got a big profit. Do I take it? Well, before we go any further, you just got to know how to play the game. And I want to explain to you why I know how to play the game and how I could teach you guys how to play the game, because I've been doing this for over 30 years. Now, just a quick little introduction about myself and about Cyber Train University. For some of you that are new here, I'm a 12-time champion at the Money Show. I competed against every school in the industry. I beat every single one of them. But the way I started this industry was I was, 22 years old. I'm 53 now. And I work for a brokerage firm. I've learned that there's no way to succeed in trading unless you surround yourself with good traders, if you have the right proper tools. And listen, I learned the hard way. I was ignorant back then. I tried to do it on my own, which is about 90% of the people today. But it all starts by surrounding yourself with people that are good at it, because they're going to teach you how things work. And the reason, and thank God, I learned from that from my parents, because I'm first generation Italian. My parents came here and they said, listen, you want to learn how to trade, you got to surround yourself with people that know what they're doing. Okay. You got to surround people that are good at what they do, no matter what the cost is. So for some of you here, I just want to point something out to you. I know there's a lot of free stuff out there. Okay. And you know what? That's cheap. But why do people work for free? I don't know about you, but do you work for free? You know what? I love to live in my house for free, but I can't. I have the government to ask me for taxes. I got the electric bill that wants to get paid. Someone, but you hear about well, some people live for free. No, it's someone's actually paying. So let me just explain something to you before we move forward. Okay. If you want to make trading successful, because it's one of the biggest and greatest jobs in the industry, in the world, actually, personally, you are your own boss and go whenever you please. But the thing is this, nothing is free in this world. So I'm going to show you things. Now, listen, I'm not here to spend your money. I am probably the person that you're probably more generous than me. Okay. I don't like to spend money, but I know when I have to, and I know when I don't. So when it comes to trading, you're going to see things, and I'm going to expose them, why these brokerage firms give you free stuff and how are they making money off you. And I'm going to talk about all these things about what the right tools are and how to follow these stocks and how they break out and all that stuff. But just to let you know, you have to surround yourself with good traders. Okay. Now, I've been featured at a lot of the brokerage firms. I'm also featured at NASDAQ. I'm going to teach you some of the greatest tools that this platform does, and why the exchanges want you to learn how to trade, because, they realize that a lot of you out there are making these mistakes and you're getting caught up with the free stuff, and these brokerage firms are making money off you. And I'm going to expose to them, because to them, the exchanges are like, you don't need them. You could do it all on your own. It's time to kind of, let me use this metaphor and explain to you, why constantly deal with public transportation when you could drive your own car? And that's where it comes out to be. All right. So before we move forward, I get to the training part of it. I want to offer all of you my free book. So if everybody could just be so kind before we get started, if you want to send me an email right now, or you can go to Amazon, pay me $47, which I always prefer. But today I'm a little generous. Just for you sitting around, I'll give you my book for free. It's How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. What is a market maker? They're the traders that work at a brokerage firm. I'm going to teach you how to be one of those traders. And how do I know that? Because I was one of them. I live here in New York, the financial capital of the world. I could tell you this, you're not going to beat them, I could teach you how to join them. All right. So if you want to know how to beat them, you got to know how to join them. So right now, if you guys have time, you don't have to put the your email in there. Just send me, just open up your inbox and just send it to me. Okay. Just write Fausto, send me your book. All right. Now, this is my family. I always like to introduce my family. Been married for over 28 years. I have a home living channel. I don't trade full time. This is not a full time job. I do travel a lot. I'll be doing a big presentation next week at Miami, Florida. And you know what? That's the beauty about what we do, and being a trader. A lot of people like this job. They love the convenience. And that's the beauty of doing it. Now, that this is not about me. Listen, this is now about you. All right. Because I'm here to just explain what a great career, great life I had being a trader. But I know everyone here would like to do the same thing. You hear all these great stories. You hear about all these people. Well, how could you do the same and be part of it? Well, it's not really that hard. You just got to know how to play the game. All right. So my question to everyone here is this: how long have you guys been trading for? Let me do a quick poll, and let me just do a poll here. So, there we go. Thanks. Someone already did it for me. All right. Are you brand new to this? So you've been in 1 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years. And I'm talking seriously. I'm not talking about been doing this for all my life, Roland, that no problem. If you need the book, just send me an email. Okay. Roland, I put the email address, or it's Fausto at CTU Trading. Any email will be fine. There you go. All right. All right. So let me end the poll. Let me share these results with you. So good. We got a couple of new people. We have some new people that started. Well, let me just tell you something. You can never stop learning. That's why I ask that question. But the big, most important question I need to ask all of you is, who really trained you? Now, and what I mean by this, when I ask you that you were trained, I'm talking about you actually took a paid course. I'm not talking about sitting one of these free events or being in a conference. All right. Now, while you do that, I'm going to do something here, and I am going to I'm going to do something really quick while you guys are answering that. All right. So anyone here use ChatGTP? Okay, an AI program. It's like the most popular one out there. All right, good. Because we're going to ask ChatGTP something. And I got to be careful because I always try to make it short. So what is the success rate for day traders without education? And keep it short, meaning because I don't want a whole explanation. All right. So I try to be very specific with that. All right. So we're going to ask ChatGTP. And the success rate is suggested about 10 to 15% profitable. Could you imagine getting into a business and you have an 85 to 95% failure rate? Why would you even do this business? All right. Now I'm trying to talk you out of it. Well, I'll give you a reason. Let me end the poll and we share the results, because there you have it. Look how many of you said yes, and some of you said no. Meanwhile, I know we had a couple of students here that said yes. I forgot to mention for you guys not to answer this question. But that is the real success rate. It's terrible. What are you doing here? Well, I know why you're doing it here, because maybe you do want to make it successful. Well, let's ask ChatGTP these questions. So if I what is the do get to trade? Okay, what is the success rate? So now you're talking about a 30 to 40% success rate. Okay, now that's pretty high. All right, that's pretty high. Now, let me ask another question. Is Cyber Trading University a good school to learn from. All right. Cybertrain University, founded in 1995 by Fausto. You're seeing Cybertrain University. You're seeing a bunch of trading schools. Basically, here's a basic summary. Holds a C rating, customer filed 3 years ago. Summary of students, a positive experience, Cybertrain University. So listen, being around for that long, since 1995, is a very, very long time. All right. Now, the thing is this. The point that I'm getting to is that the reason why people fail in trading is because they just don't know how to play the game of trading. And that's what I'm here to do for you. And the big thing is, how do you do it? Follow the big money. All right. Now, we're going to talk about two execution systems here. We're going to talk about level 3 and level 4. Okay. So let me stop sharing this. And I had a question. One more question. If you're a student, don't answer this question. Does anyone here have level 3 quotes? Okay. All right. So the M poll, and let me share. Okay, so a lot of you don't have it. So let me teach you exactly what it is, and then I'm going to show you where to get it. So there are a couple of different vehicles. There's level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. All right. Now, the most popular one is level 2. And I probably assume a lot of you have it because it's free. Brokerage firms give it to you. But the problem with this is it doesn't give you all the orders out there. You get to see the buyers, you get to see the sellers, you get to see what the stock is trading at that specific exchange, but you're not seeing all the buys and all the sells. Okay. You're seeing volume, you're seeing the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ Exchange, but you're not seeing, okay, well, I could see who wants to pay the most, but what about below that? You're not seeing all the orders out there. The big thing is NASDAQ Book Viewer. Okay. Now, what you're about to learn, I tell everybody, this is going to get disturbing. And I'll tell you why. What you're about to see, you're going to be like, I knew something like this existed, but why was nobody talking about it? And you're going to see it's going to really change the way you look at trading, because what you're about to see is I'm going to show you exactly how to follow the big block orders. Now, looking at Amazon, hold on, let me get my crayons out here. You guys go follow along. My pointer, there we go. All right, there's my little dot. So right here, you could see the stock Amazon, and you could see every buyer in Amazon at every single price and every seller at every price. Now, the problem with this is, and this is where people get a little confused, that like Fausto, there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of orders. Well, 98% of what we're seeing is not necessary. What is necessary is this. When you start getting large orders, 162,000, 77,000, 13,000, those are the orders we're looking for, not these minuscule 600 shares, 2,000 shares, 1,000 shares. We want to look for big, big block orders. Now, I have a question to ask all of you, okay? What makes stocks go up and down? What makes the market go up and down? How about that? By the way, if you can't answer this question, you shouldn't be trading. I hate to say it, okay? So how do things go up and down in the stock market? There you go. All right. Next person. There you go. Just write buyers and sellers, B and S. Can everyone write that in there? All I'm asking for. If you can't, and it also makes me see that you're paying attention. All right. Good, good. Buyers and sellers. Think about this. If you knew where the buyers and sellers are in a stock, how much Easier would be for you to know where to get in, where to get out. How would you know when stocks are going to break out and they're going to break lowers? That's what makes things go up and go down. By the way, Greg, I didn't hear from you. George, I see you in here. I see you hanging out in here, but I don't see you answering it. Listen, it's very important that you guys answer these questions, because if you're not answering the questions, it kind of does two things. Number one, it's like you're not paying attention to me, which I think is kind of rude. Number two, you don't know the answer, okay, which is a big concern. So just basically don't be embarrassed. Answer the question. You know what I mean? Just answer it. If you don't know the question, give me a question mark, because you know what? You got a lot of money that's invested in the market. You know what? You should have somebody at least tell you what you're doing right and wrong, because the last thing you want to do is guess. And it didn't work out too well with, when people go out there and guess in the market, because like I told you before, you saw the failure rate when it came down to that. Now, let me clear all drawings. Let me show you a couple of more things here. All right. So how do we utilize this data? Okay. Let's look at the stock Chipotle. Okay. Now you can see Chipotle went from 56 all the way down to 48, stopped at 48 and went right back to 52. Now, why did it stop at 48? Why didn't it stop at like 50? That sounds like a more realistic number. Why didn't it go all the way down to 45? What made 48 so special? Well, it must have been a support level, but to have that support level, you got to have the buyers first. So when we look over here and we look at the buyers and we work on the buy column, you notice all the way down here, which is magnified up here, there's about 139,000 shares. There are 60 orders that equal that, and that's the price that they want to buy it at. So, I mean, you got orders everywhere, right? But what is going to make a stock stop going lower? Buyers. You can't see a buyer in the chart, but you sure could see them on the right of the chart. Let me show you a couple of more examples. Look what happens when a stock hits a resistance levels. We're looking at NVIDIA. NVIDIA went all the way up, hit 150, came back down, hit 150, came back down, never wanted to break 150, okay? Why doesn't it want to break 150? Well, it's not because it's 150 is a whole number. 150 is, it's just a mental number. You could have people tell you that crap all the time, okay? Because to me, that's BS. The real true answer is it never got to 150. It's having the most you could see it never really touched 150, because you had over 1 million shares looking to be sold at 150, and there are over 7,000 orders out there that make up the 1 million shares out there looking to be sold. Now, you think about this for a second. Anybody here trading NVIDIA? You hear about NVIDIA all the time, okay? And everyone said, it's going to be 160 at the end of the year, right? Okay, great. You might be right. I actually did a video. Anyone here follow me on YouTube or Instagram? Let me bring up Instagram Reels, okay? I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to click on my Reels right here. And if you look right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here, this video, if you look at it, it's our biggest video right here. Trade almost 1 million views got into it. All right. And in this video, it shows you exactly why NVIDIA had a tough time breaking 135 and 140. And when it broke 140, you're like, oh my God, how did it get to 150 so quickly? When you get a chance, subscribe to the channel. Okay. Make sure you like us, friend us, and ring the bell. And Rich, because you can put the YouTube video, YouTube channel there. Probably some people probably want to go on YouTube, but whatever you're a fan of, go out there and watch them. And I'll explain to you in detail is that if you believe that things are going up and down by supply and demand, and know there's something called the right of the chart, you're in the right place. And you definitely want to watch those videos. Okay. Yeah, there's the YouTube channel. Maybe just click on it. You'll get to our channel and just click subscribe right there. That little window right there. Subscribe. Everybody just good. You can do that now. And like I said, you could see right here, fellow traders, 3,000 videos. We got a ton of short videos, great education videos, podcasts, just tons and tons of stuff right here. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Yeah, the podcasts are all here. You can see a library of all different podcasts that we have. Oops.
Fausto Pugliese, president of
Sorry about that. Yeah, tons of stuff there. All right. Now, let's go look at a couple other things. Let's go at a couple more examples here. Let's look at Celsius. All right. You ever own a stock that's going down, right? Question for all of you. What is going to make the stock not going lower? Let's see if you guys can answer this question. What is going to prevent this stock from going lower here? Gillis, congratulations, you're right. Anyone else? Dennis, you're right. It's a dumb question. I need a dumb answer. Okay. All right. Now this is where it gets a little bit more intense. Do you see buyers on a chart? Yes or no? So why you keep staring at a chart? Because you could keep going back and back because some stocks break all-time lows, right? You've seen that before, or you've seen stock break all-time highs. Where is the support level on the stock? Well, you're not seeing it on the left of the chart. We got to hop on the right of the chart. What do we need? Buyers, like you just all mentioned. So we're looking at the buy column. And as we're looking at the buy column, you'll notice right here, we got a pretty big buyer right here for 200,000 shares, which is right around here. Now, listen, without some Fibonacci, without some MACD, without some RSI, without some whatever, crystal ball, newsletter, should I keep going? You just look right here. I'm like, okay, I'm on the exchange, and I can see that there are over 43 people want to buy 200,000 shares of it at 27.80. All right. What do you think is going to happen when we get down to 27.80? Just out of curiosity, what could possibly happen? Could it go up? Could it go down? Could it stop? What could it do? What do you think is going to happen? You thought Fibonacci was an Italian restaurant? Well, we're going to come out with something called a Faustonacci. How about that? Someone says stop and then go down. Okay, well, it could stop and go down. It could stop and go back up. But the only way that could happen is two things need to happen. Number one, someone has to sell those shares to that person and move them out of the way, or he needs to cancel. But in theory, do you want to take that chance? And like, oh, that guy's going to leave. Oh, that's really going to break it. I don't know about you, fellow traders, but that's a lot of money. All right. That's a lot of shares. And if you think that's going to really happen, the only way to find out is go out there and try it. Because you know what ends up happening? When you got $6 million sitting on the bid, what did it end up doing? It slingshot right back up to $30 a share. Now, did the chart tell you that? Did Kramer tell you that on TV? I mean, what really told you that? It was really the orders. It really comes down to it. Let's see another example. PLTR. Okay. All-time high, stock doing great, right? But then, there comes a point you're like, oh, this is the bottom. This is it. It's done. Okay. Thing ran from 40, 55. That is a lot. That's a pretty big run up right there. Now it's going down. You're like, oh, yeah, let me get out of it. Okay. Well, one problem. Okay. You got a 400,000 share buyer sitting here at 53. Do you see any other buyer at any other price other than the one at 53 that's looking to buy 400,000 or anything even close to that of 400,000? Do you guys see? I mean, I only see 1,000 share orders, 1,000, 5,000, 1,500, 2,000, 400,000. I don't know about you, but it didn't go lower. It went higher. And you know how high this stock went up to? I'll even show you. PLTR is right here. The stock ran all the way up to a high of $63. Okay. Just when you thought the stock is, oh, it went up way too much, going to back off. Oh, this is way too much. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter the news, whatever it is. You know what matters? Who's buying it and who's selling it. Okay. Jack, what do you think? What do you think? If there's 400,000 shares looking to be bought out there, what do you want to go, long or you want to go short? You want to short a stock when you got 400,000 shares out there looking to be bought? Well, if you did, let me know how that works out for you, because it obviously didn't work. And by the way, Jack, I am going to invite you and everybody in this room to come and watch this live in the market. Okay. You're all going to watch it live for one wonderful week, which is going to change your life in trading. And it's not just me that does it. I have several instructors that do it. You're going to, not only my instructors do it, but you're going to see hundreds of traders in my room that do it. Okay. So remember what I said earlier, we practice what we preach. All right. Now, how about resistance levels? Here you have a stock, Robinhood, doing great on the Bitcoin, right? Stock is flying, it's doing great. And you're like, oh my God, they're making so much money on it. Okay, great. But a great trader, well, I wouldn't say great, and decent trader should always have a game plan and know where to get out. Well, the only way you're going to find resistance on Hood is you got to see where are people selling it. And you notice that there are over 400 orders that make up 190,000 shares sitting out there at $30 a share. Now, Ron has a question here really quick. Can the total shares at the bottom of each column column significant? Well, listen, there are orders at every single price level. And when you look at this thing right here, you'll notice it's a lot of crazy numbers. But I just told you before, 98% of all those orders are useless to you. The only thing you're concerned about is this one right here. That's all. That's all you care about. So when you're at 29.40 and you want to know, okay, well, where is the next biggest seller? It's about 60 cents away. So your game plan that we teach you at Cybertrade University is, okay, well, we know the order and you got the students in the room and we all trade in the same stock and we all try to work together like a team. Because the thing is this, if you didn't know and follow that order and see that over $5.7 million worth to be sold, didn't really break out. It obviously didn't do that. Question right here. So Jack has a question. On the flip side, when those 200,000 orders get filled, is it going to take off? Okay, well, that's a great question, because Hood did break out. And I'll show you right here. This was that big order around $30 a share on that day. And then what ended up happening, between the election and, Bitcoin taking off, that order got filled. But I think he canceled because this was like after hours. So he probably didn't want to come back. It got executed, filled. And yes, you just hit the nail on the head, Jack. That thing just took off and went up to about $34 a share. That is a really big percentage gainer right there, from going from $30 a share to $34 a share. That is a really, really big. So you're correct. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask everybody this question. Did that seem difficult? Did that seem hard? Did I lose anybody? Just give me a yes or no. Did I lose you? Yes. If I didn't lose you, type no. Now think about this. All you new traders out here, we were only talking for about what, 10, 15 minutes? Imagine what I could show you in a week in the market. Seems easy when you could see in these levels. Jack, you know what? Jack, and it is. You know what the hardest part about trading? Because obviously nothing's easy. You probably want to know, okay, well, why people still fail. Well, I'll tell you why they fail. Um, Poor money management. You get too greedy and cocky. Okay. One of the real main reasons why people fail. Okay. Um, that just comes with experience. Okay. But I could tell you this, a lot of people that trade the market make things more complicated than what it is. And that's why people, fail. And that's why they always come back to us, because I always like to teach people, which we always tell you, go out there, go watch all the videos, go take all the free stuff you want. Okay. When you're all said and done and you tried it out, then come to us and then we'll show you, what makes a difference from just in somebody that just looks good and sounds good and it's got a great website and a lot of followers, or someone that was a market maker on the floor of the exchange. Because let me tell you something, and I'll be first to admit it, I'm not the greatest, social media guy. Okay. I have people that started in social media that have millions and millions of followers. And you look at them like, wow, this guy must be really good. Okay. But at the end of the day, that's what they do for a living. That's not my business. My business here is I'm looking for traders I could teach, I could be part of my team that are serious. I don't need to be the biggest, most powerful, egotistical person who got the most views and the most hits. That doesn't make you money. Okay. What makes you money is, do you have somebody who's going to take the time to teach me and not work so hard to get those big followers, but to work on the program and teach you what's going on here? I'll give you an example. Someone gave me a great metaphor, right? This is a great metaphor. Anyone here ever fix their house? Anybody here go out there and fix a house? All right. You ever go hire someone to do the work for you? Did you go through the yellow pages and like, oh, this guy's got a good article, or oh, this guy got, or you go to your friends and say, he did a nice job. Who did the work on your house? Okay. Oh, cool build. Guy's amazing. You'll love him. I went through 5 other people, this person. And then you look him up and like, well, I don't really find him on the internet, or he only doesn't really have 1 million followers like, this other company. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So we work mainly on referrals. That's really what it comes about it. Let's go back to Amazon. All right. So Amazon right here, you could see is breaking all-time highs, right? Now, the problem with Amazon is this. You got to know where the resistance levels are. And the only way you know the resistance levels is what we keep talking about, what we showed you before. You got to look at the right of the chart. And the right of the chart, I'm seeing all these orders hanging around 212 for 70,000, 212 and 20 cents, 162,000. I mean, it's just like they do it on every single stock. So it's not like they do it on just inexpensive stocks. They do it on every single stock. Actually, they even do it on cryptocurrency. Okay. Actually, I think I even got one up here now. Anybody here trade crypto? Anybody trade crypto here? Yeah, we do it on crypto. I'll show you crypto in the next few minutes. All right. Ignore and continue. All right. I'll show you crypto in a little bit. All right. Anyway, look at Amazon when it went from 207 over the course of one day, hit 212 and came right back down. So if you didn't have a game plan and got out, boom, you just lost $2 right there. And that is what we call iceberg orders, big, big block orders. Okay. If you know where the iceberg orders are, well, if you watch the movie Titanic, didn't really work out too well. It worked too well for them. Now, who here would like to get and sample NASDAQ book viewer directly from the exchange? Not from Fausto. It is not a third-party company. I'm talking about you have a seat on the exchange, just like you could walk in the door in the New York Stock Exchange. They changed the laws, and now you have access to it. If you're interested in it, this is what I want you to do. Send me an email at my email address right there, Fausto@c2trading.com. Okay. And I'm going to send you 2 videos. One of them is where to get it, and the second one is how to set it up. So when you come in and you look at it, you could start playing with it right now. Okay. And you could cancel it whenever you want. There's nothing. Now, I'm going to explain something to you. Remember, I told you earlier that if you're looking for free shit, is obviously you're in the wrong business. Well, when I started at 20, when I was 22, 30 years ago, I had to pay $1,000 for this data. Now, imagine me asking all of you right now to dish out $3,000 because with inflation, and you're talking 30 years ago, $1,000, that's a lot of money back then. Today, that's like equivalent to like maybe 3,000, 4,000. You probably say like, you know what? I don't know, Faust. That sounds like a lot of money. Let me go out there and try to make money. If I like it, then maybe I'll consider it. Doesn't cost 1,000. Doesn't cost 500. Jack hit the nail right in the head. It costs $15 a month. So let me just kind of explain something to you here. You can't afford $15 to have a seat on the exchange where we used to pay $1 million to have a seat on the floor. You should not be trading. You should not be trading. I'm telling you right now, please don't take it in a bad way. I'm a little brash, okay? But I'm being honest. You're wasting your time. You're going to lose all your money, okay? $15 is a joke. You know what the problem people always say? Like, why is it so cheap? The exchanges, those are the exchange fees. The reason why it's so cheap, I'll tell you why. I don't think I ever told anybody this. Because you are a private investor. Now, if you're an institution, or giving recommendations like a broker, then you'll be paying, 80, 90, 500, $1,000 a month for it. But because you are using it for your personal use, that's why NASDAQ does it cheap. Okay. So not too many people know that, because a lot of people are like, well, you can't get it unless you're a brokerage firm. I'm like, who told you that? You know what I mean? Like, you're not an institution, you're a private investor. So that's why it's important to get the videos and watch carefully, because it's going to show you, make sure you click the right button. All right. Now, good. I'm getting a lot of emails from all of you guys. I'm just seeing right now. Who just emailed me? Oh, look at that. Can't keep up. Ron, I got yours. Okay, good. By the way, for some of you, Mark, okay, I got yours. Just make sure you have your name at the end of the email, because I know some of you don't put it, so I don't know who you are, and make sure I'm calling you for what your real name is, please. Just make sure when you email me, just put your email out there. Mark, I got yours. John, Bill, Lance. Great. Perfect. All right. Good. All right. Bob, got it. All right. Now let's move on to the next one. All right. Now there is something called level 4. And I'm not going to show you too much of it now. I'll show it to you when you come in my live trading class, but I'm just going to give you a little sample of it. Okay. Now there are orders on options, futures, swing trading, day trading, stocks, everything, even crypto. I'm going to show you Bitcoin really quick. Okay. So you're looking at Bitcoin. Now, once again, a little confusing, but we're just going to look right here. These are all the orders, okay? And then this is the price right here. So you could see that there are 286.5 Bitcoins are going to be sold at 93, and you got about 167 around 85. So you could basically see where the stock has been channeling. And you could zoom in and zoom out. You could see how long they've been out there for, everything. So and now what you're seeing is more of a heat map. You could see where it started. You could see if it's trending up or trending down. So now if you do like a simple of a chart, well, now you got real-time charts of orders that are happening in real time. I mean, and now I'm not going to go into detail about this because we're out of time right now, and I want to get you guys registered, but to come into the live trading room. But yes, there is a level 4 version of it, which you kind of seeing a sample of it, but we're going to cover that more in the live class, okay? Which you're going to get a week of it. So like I said, you could see here on any stock out there, you can see the colors, you could see the levels, you could see everything out there. It works awesome. It works awesome. All right, now before we move forward, I give you the link to get you guys registered for my trading room. Just to let you know, Cybertrade University has been endorsed and sponsored by some of the biggest brokerage firms. We are probably the most highly recommended educational school than any school in the industry. We have a great reputation, and we like to keep it that way because if you even look at Google, we got a 5-star rating on Google. Not bad for doing it for over 30 years, and we were ranked #1 on ChatGTP. Okay. Now, how could you learn more, everybody? Well, this is what we're going to do. Here's the link to get registered. I told you it was going to cost you $15. Guess what? It's now going to cost you $9 to join my trading room for 1 whole week. Now, some people look at this and they're like, why is it so cheap? And what's the catch? The catch is this. I don't like free people. No disrespect at all. It's just like, listen, $9 just lets me know if you're a real person or not. Some of you here are logged in as customer. I don't know who customer is. Okay. We want to make sure you say who you are that come in the room because we want to make sure you're not a heckler or a competitor or whatever it is. So this kind of keeps, the chips in place, and also, the traders in the room, at least they know that just no Tom, Dick, and Harry is just joining in the room. And by the way, this is everything you're going to get for $9. You're going to get live commentary all day. You're going to get access to all the chats and all the watch lists that we do. You're going to get exclusive access to all the gurus of the top traders in today's industry. We're going to give you recordings of the podcast and all that stuff. And you're going to get workshops. And most important thing, the fun part about the whole thing, whoever registers, I will personally talk to you on the phone myself. That's it for $9. Now, why do I need to do that? Is because you're going to have a lot of questions. And if you're serious, I'm going to take you serious. Because by you being a serious trader, obviously you're going to have some questions. Listen, it's like going to the doctor. You need surgery. You went through everything. You finally was told. You did the blood test and everything. And doc says, listen, you need surgery. You're like, okay, can I talk to the doctor really quick? Yeah, absolutely. And we'll take all the time it takes, because to make this decision is an important one. Remember what I showed you on ChatGTP? This is a very big failure rate. You don't want to be part of the 85 to 90% failure. How do you do that? You got to make a good decision of surround yourself with good traders, a good mentor, and a good program. And, we need to talk about that. But the only way you're going to get to that level is you got to make a small investment right now of $9. Now, that is going to be for 1 week. How long is this good for? Holidays coming up. Jack, if you can't make it, listen, it's fresh in your mind. You should start tomorrow. But if you can't, you want to start on Monday. If you're going away, you could do that too. You could start on Monday. Monday's great. Okay. What you could do is you could do your walkthrough with your education advisor. He'll tell you where all the videos are. Every one of you are going to get a phone call. You're going to notice that when you register, you're going to have a calendar. Don't worry. Just book any date. Okay. Book any date. And then just tell them when you want to start to be in the trading room, and your week is going to start then. Okay. And I'm telling you right now, 1 hour in that room, you're going to fall off your chair. You're going to realize that everything that you were taught was the opposite of what you should be doing, because you're going to learn how to read the right of the chart. And that's what's things are going to change. Now, does anyone have any other questions as people are registering? Listen, traders, it's $9. Do yourself a favor. Okay. What's the worst thing that could happen? You learn something. We have students here that shocked, and they're like, wow, I can't believe it. Listen, you're investing, whatever money you're investing, you can lose it. And a lot of you here have been caught into positions. You held these losers, and you didn't, and you wish you should have sold it sooner. And the reason why you didn't sell it is because you didn't want to take a loss. And the reason why you should have took the loss is because you should have seen the orders out there. And and I know they're out there. And I just showed it to you. But let me prove it to you. I'm not telling you to give me 90,000, 900, or whatever it may be. Some of these people ask. I'm asking for $9 just as an application fee. Do a 1 week trial. Start it whenever you want, and go from there and get all that good stuff. Do I teach how to teach indices? We do cover a little bit in the trading program for the week, but as of right now, let's just follow the buyers and sellers. Okay. Don't worry about that right now. That's the least of your worries right now. Okay. Indices are the past. You want to focus on the future. All right. Which, by the way, Bong, I didn't see you register yet. All right, a couple of shout outs right here. I got a couple of people just registered. By the way, if you register, very important that you do this. We ask you 5 important questions. Let us know who you traded with, because we want to make sure you have the right brokerage account. Some of you, believe me, you might be trading with someone you should not be trading with. Okay, you're going to get yourself in big trouble. Remember, these brokerage firms I didn't tell you this, they're trading against you. The reason think about it, they're like the biggest casino, right? Do you really think they're buying the stock for you, or they're just taking the bet, right? Because what you're going to learn in the next week, we're going to show you things that you need to trade with. And when you ask them about those tools, you know what they're going to say to you? What do you need that for? All right. What do you need that for? I'm like, what do you mean? I want to drive my own car. Oh, you don't need to drive your own car. Just put on cruise control. We have it all taken care of. And then you got to ask another question. Why are you charging me free tickets? How do you guys make money? I mean, you got these beautiful offices. You possibly can't make money working for free. You're not getting an entitlement from the government, are you? How you making money? Oh, well, they won't even tell you. I'll tell you what you need to do. Okay. Read the back of your account statements and look at this famous word called payment for order flow. Your brokerage firm is selling your order to someone else and they're getting paid under the table, or they're just taking the bet because they know you're going to lose. All right. The last thing they want you to do is be successful at it. I mean, it's not the end of the world for them because they like to have people that do make money, but at the end of the day, they prefer you to lose money. All right. Do you teach options with the NASDAQ book view? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do cover it in there, but that is a lot difficult to do. You know, I'm going to explain something to you. What makes an option move? It's the movement of the stock. If you want to be a good option trader, you got to be a good stock trader first. Just let you just throwing it out there. All right. A couple of people registered right now. Who do we got here that registered? Neil from Texas, Austin, Texas. All right. Great food there. Love Austin, Texas. Who else we got here? We got registered. We got Rich. We got you registered. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. Now, listen, just remember when you do register too, there's going to be that calendar. Click on that calendar, book your appointment. The Education Vibe is going to walk you through. Listen, we want you to have a good experience because we want you to understand that you're just not going to go into a room and be like, okay, what do I do? You know what I mean? It's like buying a membership at a gym and like, okay, go work out. And you end up knowing what happens. You're never going to go. All right. So go out there because we take it very, very seriously. All right. Maybe a little too seriously. All right. Any other questions? Another question someone gave me earlier is how much money do I need to trade? That is a great question. Right there at the bottom, $9. That's all you need. Don't worry about, I know it's not a right answer you're looking for, but you don't need a lot of money to do this. Okay. So don't worry about how much money you need. Don't worry about having your brokerage account open right now. You don't need that. Right now, you just need, can I even understand what's going on? Can I even do this? Right. And I know you could, but you got to know how to play the game. All right, traders. All right, listen, I got to go. I got just about another minute to go. Anyone else got any questions? See our comments above. Come join us. Thanks a lot very much, Lynn. Really appreciate Lynn and Randy. Been a great, students at Cybertrade University. They do great in the trading room. I always say about Lynn and Randy, for some of you here, I know some of you want to make sure you make the right decision. Let me tell you, if there's anyone here that made a right decision and was asking so many questions, it was them, because it is a very big investment of your time to do this. So you want to make sure you always got the right person to do it. But don't go out there and think you're going to do it on your own, fellow traders. It is a huge, huge failure rate, So what's the worst thing that could happen? $9 or lose 9,000 or 900, whatever it is. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. I got to go, fellow traders. Once again, you can take your phone, scan your QR code. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, on Instagram, TikTok. We post videos every day, great short videos, great training videos. What's nice when you do this package is that when you're in the trading room, you see those things afterwards. What's so funny is you see the comments and someone's like, how did you know that? How did you know I was going to do that? Well, guess what? You're going to be there before they find out later. And that's why we're always never behind the eight ball where everyone usually is. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you all in the trading room. Happy trading.